Hello gardeners, and today I'm going to line this raised bed that I built last week with some old cushion covers just to stop the weeds from coming through, because I'm going to grow some Kohl Rabbi in here and some lettuces, so their root system isn't very deep and it should go through this, but it will stop the weeds and the vines from coming up into my compost. So now I'm going to go get some compost and just fill this up and then plant some lettuces in here. And this is the compost I'm going to be using. It's peat moss compost, and it's 35 litres, and it's £2 from Lidl's for 35 litres, which is the best value I can find for peat moss. So I'm going to pour all this in here, like this. Just spread it out in my hands, don't need gloves. It's only compost. So that can go out there like that. And I'll go get some more. Of course, I'm not mixed up with some chemicals. I'll go get that. And this is the stuff I've mixed up. And it's the same stuff I was using for my cucumbers and my bell peppers in the polytunnel. So I'm just going to put this on as like a top dressing for this one, and to top it up. Spread that out again. That's it. More in here. Put that in there like that. And now I'm going to go get some Kohl Rabbi and some iceberg lettuces to put in here, I think. And these are going to be the Kohl Rabbi, and these are the lettuces. These are iceberg lettuces. They don't look too well at the moment, but once I get them in there, they should be alright. So because I've got 2 or 3 to a cell of the Kohl Rabbi, I think if I lift them up and then separate them out, if I can get them out, these ones are probably better. So get them out like that. I ain't got to be too gentle with these. These are survivors. They're part of the brassica family. So I'm going to do them in rows. So I'll do one there, and I know that this spade is 11 inches long, so I'll do another one there, like that, and then I'll get some more. There's a bigger one here, seems to be bigger than all the rest, that one does, so I'll put him in. There's a scrawny little one on there, I'll get rid of that. Put him there. So I think what I'll do is, I think I'll put all my Kohl Rabbi in, and I'll do them 11 inches apart, and then in the middle I'll do some iceberg lettuces as a catch crop, so I can have them while the Kohl Rabbi are getting ready to go. So I'll turn the camera off and then we'll do this, and then the next thing you see will be all these done. Hello, well this is it finished. I spaced the Kohl Rabbi out 11 inches and I staggered them, so there's a Kohl Rabbi there and Kohl Rabbi there. And then I put some iceberg lettuces in the spaces between, so I should be able to harvest them before I harvest the Kohl Rabbi, and that shouldn't affect them at all. So next we're going to go on to the we're going to thin out some beetroot, I think, next. So we're now going to go over there and thin out some beetroot. Hello, this is my raised bed with my beetroot in. It's got my beetroot, my carrots that were planted earlier, and then there's parsnips, and there's parsnips I'm trying with a mix of fertiliser that I've made, and they seem to be doing a lot better than the parsnips just in the ground. So I think I'm going to stick with this technique, but it could just be all shoots and no root, but hopefully it should be the same under the ground as what it is on top. But back to the beetroots. As you can see, I've got quite a lot in here, and I made holes with my finger, dibbed little holes, and then I put some seed in. But with the beetroot seeds, that's a cluster of seeds. So when you put a seed in, even though it's one seed, there could be several seeds in that cluster. Well, I'm now going to start thinning these out. So I'll have, the way you do it is you choose one, and then you thin them out, pull the ones out, leave a space, leave a space, leave a space. And there's a couple here, so you just pick the strongest one, leave it in, pull the other one out, and you keep doing this until you go right to the end of the row, just pulling them out, just leave them one, and hopefully they should grow nice and big. Well, I'm going to do this. This is going to be a bit tedious to watch, so I think I'll turn the camera off, and then next time you see this, that'll all be done. And this is the finished product. What we've done is we've thinned out the beetroots, and we've weeded out some of the weeds. I mean, I haven't got all of them, there's still a few tiny little ones in there, but as they get bigger they're easier to find. I'll pull them out as I see them. So we're running out of light at the moment, so what we'll do is we'll carry on filming tomorrow. I've still got them pumpkins I need to put in, and I've cleared a small space in the polytunnel in one of the raised beds, and we're going to find some things to put in there as well. So the next thing you see will probably be tomorrow. Hopefully it's a bright sunny day, and will be me putting the pumpkins in. Hello again. Today is tomorrow, if that makes sense, and we're now going to put the pumpkins in. We didn't have the sunshine that we'd hoped for, which was a shame, but these jobs have still got to get done. So I'm going to make a mix up first that I'm going to put in the holes with the pumpkins, and that's going to consist of a bag of this peat moss, the same stuff I used yesterday, which is 35 litres for £2 from Lidl's. Great value. You can't beat Lidl's. Lidl's and Aldi are the shops to shop for. If they're watching, anyone from Lidl's or Aldi are watching, feel free to send me some vouchers or some coupons or something. And we're going to put the compost in here, 25 litres of it, put it off in here, like that. And then I'm going to add to that, I've got some bone meal and some fish blood and bone. So I haven't weighed this out, it's not an exact science, put plenty in there. And then I've got some super phosphates, and again it's not an exact science, just put some in, like that. And then that's super phosphates. That's the super phosphates I've added. And then I've got some calcified seaweed, and that goes in here as well. Just a bit, not loads. Like that. And then I've got some magnesium salt. I'm not going to use a lot of this, because I'm going to add this after as well, while they're growing. This is just for the health of the leaves, really. So let's keep them nice and healthy. So just a bit. That looks a lot now, but when I mix that in, that won't be a lot. And then I'm going to get my scoop, start mixing. So this is going to be my mix for my pumpkins. So I'm going to dig a hole, and then I'm going to add some of this in, and I'm going to put my pumpkins in on top. And I won't water them in because there's so much rain, and the water's so damp anyway, so I won't need to water them in. So, alright, so that's pretty much it. Still just get this, go to the bottom, make sure I mix it up properly. So that's done. So now we're going to go over to the pumpkin patch. And here we are at the pumpkin patch. Here I am with my trusty spade, also from Lidl's. So if you're watching, Mr. Lidl, and the pumpkins that are going to go in, I think I'll put the biggest one here. So if I move this cover, been here for a few weeks now. This ground is quite poor, it's very sandy, that's more of a sort of subsoil. So that's our hole. Now we add some of this. That's it. Now we get the pumpkins, which are here. I think I'll add this pumpkin to this hole. Still a bit of water. They're a bit dry, they've been in the polytunnel. So it's lucky it's raining. So I'll put that in there. Just bury that around with a bit more compost. So I think what we'll do is we'll plant this one up, and then I'll turn the camera off, plant the rest, and then I'll show you how I've done them when they're done. So that's
here we have
for
all
now.
the pumpkins planted in their positions.
We've got this one at the top here. I'll put some sticks around here because my dog seems to like coming up this end, so I don't want the dog to walk on it. So I put sticks around it, he will avoid it. And then we've got this one here. I dug this hole, and you can see what I meant by the sand in the soil. There's so much sand in this soil, that's why I have to put the compost on the top of the bed. And this one here, I moved it slightly further away from the fence, and I thought that was a better option. So I'm going to leave these like this for a couple of days, and then I'm going to come and I'm going to snip off some of the leaves. I want them to just get whatever energy they need from these leaves that are still alive, but they're starting to turn yellow. But the magnesium in the compost should green them up a bit. Right, so now we're going to go over to the polytunnel, and I think we're going to plant some lettuces. Hello, and here we are in the polytunnel, and this is the raised bed that I'm going to do the planting in. I'm going to plant some lettuces and the Kohl Rabbi. The Kohl Rabbi I didn't use when I planted the bed, the other raised bed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my Kohl Rabbi, get it out, and I'm going to plant it in the corner here. And I'm going to do the same as what I've done in the other bed. I'll go some Kohl Rabbi, and then they're going to be a foot apart or 11 inches apart, and I'm going to have some lettuces as a catch crop in the middle. So next time you see this, that'll all be done.
Go.
Hello again. As you can hear, the rain has picked up, and we've put in all our lettuces and our Kohl Rabbi. I've just watered them in, and I think that's all we're going to do today. So until next episode, that's bye from me, and feel free to like, comment or subscribe. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you next week.